channel. My name is Sharanya, and as you can see, I've made it to my first and most important home, which is the ocean. I'm here in Goa, and I made the move about 10 days ago from Mumbai, which is where I actually reside when I'm not traveling, when I'm not doing what I do, which is being a travel blogger. Being someone who travels the world for a living, cooped up in an urban home in Mumbai just didn't seem to make sense in the long term. Given that the pandemic just doesn't seem to be going anywhere right now, and it just felt like I needed to make the shift indefinitely with a one-way ticket and make it here to Goa, closer to the ocean, closer to where nature thrives and where I can kind of socially distance and mobilize a little more than I could back in Mumbai. So this vlog is going to take you through my journey from Mumbai to Goa by road. I did not buy a ticket, actually I didn't want to fly during the pandemic. So I just drove down, and I'm going to tell you how I did it. Let's get into my road trip. First up, let's talk about everything that I had to consider and do before I made this trip from Bombay to Goa. Somewhere in early September, the Goan government pretty much scrapped all COVID-related travel restrictions, which means that it is no longer mandatory for you to get an e-pass or a COVID negative report before you enter the state. But as someone who is a responsible traveler, or just generally right now, given how much we're grappling with the pandemic, I wouldn't recommend that you not do the test before traveling. This is one of the most basic checks any of us needs to do right now before we travel from anywhere to anywhere for whatever reason. The idea is to not kind of put new communities at risk. You could be carrying the virus, you could be handing it over to someone unknown to you. So this is a test that I think we all need to do, and I got my RT-PCR test done in Mumbai 48 hours before making my journey to Goa.
I booked my appointment online with Suburban Diagnostics in Mumbai 2 days before my test. The process is very simple. They have multiple centers and you can opt for a home visit or go to your nearest center yourself. I picked my time slot, paid rupees 1600 online and got the appointment code as an SMS right after.
So I'm here to get my COVID test done, and I'm just going to try and show you what exactly goes into it.
एक सैंपल नाक से लेंगे, एक सैंपल मुंह से लेंगे। खांसना छींकना नहीं, अगर आपको खांसी छींक आती है तो तुरंत वहाँ पे मास्क लगाना है। नाक से लेंगे सैंपल, हाथ से नहीं लेंगे।
अच्छा, तो अगर छींकना आया तो
मास्क लगा लीजिए, अदरवाइज आपके हाथ में एक हैंकी रख दो। ऊपर देखो,
पहले नोज ना या wow, that was quick. Didn't hurt at all.
एक सैंपल मुंह से लेंगे, ऊपर देखिए।
Wow. हो गया, it's done.
सैंपल पे आपका नाम
बस
हो गया।
Oh my god, that was super quick, guys. My eyes are just tearing up because the nose swab went right up my nose, but that's it. This was it. She was completely suited up in a PPE kit and everything, and I just had to come in with my mask, take it off, get this done, and now putting it back on. That's it, it's done, guys. My reports will reach my email ID tomorrow in the evening, and that's about it.
Turns out I got my report in like 14 hours. I tested negative and finally it was time to pack.
Morning, it is like a 6:30 a.m. and the road trip to Goa has commenced. About an hour ago, we left Bombay. I am here with Ronald. Say hi. So I was connected to Ronald through a friend on Instagram, and I'm just hitching a ride with him. We're going to Goa together. We're all set for the road trip. We've packed food. We've packed, like, he's got coffee in a flask, and we're trying to be cashless throughout this road trip and not stop except for like the occasional pee break, I guess. Super excited. The roads are quite empty and it's really early, so we hope to make it there in like 10 hours or so, and let's see how this goes.
Silent prayers, open sky. Together we go, wild frontier, morning light.
After crossing all of the beautiful tunnels on the Pune Expressway, we hit Satara at around 9 a.m. and stopped for some yummy coffee and homemade breakfast.
this is what we have. I've got this from home. If you're a South Indian, you will know what this is. It's idli with modaga fruit. So that's like gunpowder, chili powder sauce that we make at home. And then we mix it with oil and then we bathe our idlis in them. So this is like go-to South Indian road fix, breakfast fix, dinner fix. We don't have it for lunch. Have you had this? Let me know.
Filled with wonder, oh, we know what we were meant for. This great adventure.
You know, I'm really glad I decided to drive down. It felt so liberating to revel in the simple joys of putting my head out the window and feeling the monsoon breeze on my locked-in skin. From a distance, I zoomed in and observed locals going about their day, unable to afford the luxury and safety of work from home.
In the doubt, in the rain, in the hesitation, here with you.
After getting a bit lost in Belgaum, we made it to the final leg of our journey. We left Karnataka and entered Goa through the gorgeous Chola Ghat.
And me, looking up, and now we see the world it waits to be discovered. Every moment filled with wonder. Oh, we know what we were meant for. This great adventure.
We carefully drove through these misty green roads with sharp, narrow turns, riddled with potholes and heavy spurts of rainfall. And then, finally, Goa.
And this is where this vlog ends. In my next vlog, I'm going to be talking about the expenses I incurred to make this shift happen, how I booked my accommodation, where I'm staying, what I've rented, how I got it all done. But before I end this vlog, I kind of want to leave you with two notes on travel and tourism. The first being, travel in itself is something that I would not recommend if it's going to be short term for you, especially if it's going to be something under 2 weeks to 10 days, because then you're going to want to be out, right? If you're doing a trip for just a few days, you're going to want to be out, eat out, go to the beach, go to the mountains, go on a trek, which means that you're not going to be able to make that mandatory quarantine that we should all be doing right now when we're traveling. You're going to be interacting with crowds, and especially in a place like Goa, infrastructure is very limited. There are 2 big government hospitals in the entire state, and there are a few more private COVID specialty centers, but they're more expensive. And so if you kind of put yourself at risk or put locals at risk, you're going to eat into those limited resources, which is something the Goan locals are very, very petrified about right now. Secondly, of course, tourism is one of the worst hit sectors in India during this pandemic, and it's pretty much going to be one of the last sectors to come back up into shape. So we've got to do everything we possibly can to support tourism responsibly. The key being that we have to be responsible while doing this, and so consider traveling, but consider doing it in the longer stretch where you can kind of relocate maybe for a month or two if your job allows you to work from home, that is, which is what I'm doing in Goa right now. So that's the 2 notes that I wanted to leave you with. Please don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe to my channel for more content from Goa and for more content of traveling during the pandemic. See you in the next vlog. Bye!